I had no expectations. See, that's why you don't know what I envision. I had no expectations. I come into every situation the same. Think everything gonna be peaches and cream. I don't. That's not realistic. That's not life. I have no expectations of how things will work. How many times I had a ball, what position I'm gonna play. That's literally, I just try to find ways to best help my teammates, and that's about it.
Are we okay with him saying that?
We're not okay with any of this, and it's embarrassing for the Lakers. As a matter of fact, the late, great Dr. Jerry Buss and George Steinbrenner of your Yankees were both rolling over in their graves last night. You were in the building, Stephen A. I really love Reggie Jackson. He's a seasoned veteran, and he has the great opportunity to get buckets and have a career night. However, when you're doing it against LeBron James and you're searching for him, you have Russell Westbrook out there and you're searching for him, and the crowd starts chanting, Reggie, Reggie, like it's October at a Yankee Stadium, and he still makes the couple of shots over them. Like, hey, man, let me tell you something. That don't normally happen. That was embarrassing for the Lakers. And then when LeBron got to the podium and admitted that the Clippers were better, everybody was like,
Never.
no.
No Lakers ever done that.
No, he didn't just do that. So it signifies that this season for the Lakers, we hope ends with them making it to the play-in and making it to the playoffs.
You were there last night, Stephen. Just how ugly was it?
It was butt ugly. How about that? It was nasty. It was a deplorable performance. They were embarrassed, and Reggie Jackson just put it on them. With Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the bench as cheerleaders because both were injured. When I saw Russell Westbrook say what he said, listen, he's had a bad season. We all get that. But he's still Russell Westbrook. And a lot of times people have unfairly attacked his character throughout the years because I find him to be somebody who strives to be selfless. He's not somebody that doesn't care. He's never cheated us with effort. But Wilbon J. Rose, Greeny, I got to tell you, when I watched him in the post-game press conference last night, that was the first time, regardless of what has happened with Russell Westbrook this season, that I looked at him and said, he does not deserve to be a Laker. I have never heard any member of the Los Angeles Lakers in my quarter century plus of covering the sport say, I had no expectation. First of all, wearing the purple and gold brings expectation. They got 17 titles, okay? Secondly, and most importantly, your teammates are LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They both have chips. You were brought there pretty much by LeBron James to help deliver the chip. And to say that you had no expectations, I know that you were just responding to the questioner, but the bottom line is the answer that you were disseminating was to the masses, which includes Laker Nation. And when you say you don't have any expectation, that is something I have never heard, Wilbon, from a Laker.
I get it, but I'm going to give Russell Westbrook this benefit of the doubt. I mean, he was answering a question. He could have been surly and churlish, and he wasn't, and he hasn't been. He hasn't been. I agree with you guys about the exact wording, but when you were in the moment, all of my life, I've been sitting in those seats listening to, if not asking questions of guys in the heat of the moment after a game. I certainly had to ask him when he was ready to throw me out of the press conference. At times, in big situations, I give guys the benefit of the doubt, and so I give Russell Westbrook that. What I'm disappointed in, you look at the Lakers, you know we're going to be sitting here and we're going to be doing the Lakers and the Nets in play-in. You realize the Lakers, by the way, they're not solidly in the play-in. They've got things to worry about. I'm not worried about the aftermath of their games.
Okay.
I'm worried about what happens in their games, and they can't play against any good team
first
anymore.
of all, let me say this. I'm worried about something else. I'm worried about their future. I'm worried about their culture because they don't have any of it.
That's fair. That's fair to say.
You know, Jeannie Buss listening to Linda and Kurt Rambis. What the hell are you listening to Kurt Rambis for? I have no idea, okay? We got Rob Pelinka, Mr. Pleaser, because he's trying to appease folks. We've got Frank Vogel, who will not be the coach next year through a very little fault of his own, actually. I mean, it's just a situation that he's in, and we don't know what the roster's going to look like. It is an absolute mess. Period.
Stephen A. just said a lot of names. None of them was LeBron James. Does any of this stick to him?
Of course, he's the best player. And you say what's the most frustrating thing is that we're actually wasting a LeBron James season when he's playing terrific.
Yes, he is.
That's actually the most frustrating thing. When I'm watching LeBron James playing the 5 and then I'm watching Luka searching for him like the old man at the park, and then I'm watching Reggie Jackson do the exact same thing. I promise y'all, he at home drinking a fish bowl of wine in a glass stick, and I ain't supposed to be doing all of this.
That's right.
He's
We'll
not
see.
scoring 30.
That was brutal. That bothered me much more than what was said in the press conference. 2 games in a row.
What should have bothered y'all
Come on
more?
now.
What should have bothered y'all more is not one single person on that squad who's younger than him
Preach it.
volunteered to step up and help him.
That's my
They
point.
left LeBron
Greeny, that's
hanging.
my point.
Now, he's
That's what's
he's not innocent.
frustrating.
He's not innocent because he has something to do with the roster that's been assembled. But as a player, LeBron can't do more than he's done. He can't do more than he's done. He just can't.
All right, we'll see if what they're able to do. We will be there tomorrow night. We'll be on the floor for the Lakers and the Warriors.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.